Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how you're able to master LLM intent classification, and at the end of this you'll know everything you need to know in working with LLM intents. So initially we were working with the NLU, that's not natural language understanding, but it was a bit limited in terms of sometimes it would get the intents wrong. But now being able to now work with the LLM intents, it's more powerful and you get more accurate intent classification. So here I have a chatbot flow up and running. So it's just saying, hey there, how can I assist you today? Then the user sends in their inquiry or their response. So here we want to be able to capture their intent. So normally you'd have a choice step over here, whose work is to actually get the intent in the user's response. So for that you'd come here, select the intent. So first we need to create the intents. So what we'll do is just get out of there, then go back here to where you see intents. Then you want to click new intent. Okay, so for this chatbot we'll have two intents. So one to track the order, the customer's order, and the second one is to be able to guide the customer in making payments. So the chatbot should be able to classify the response in whether they want to track their order or make a payment. So the first one is, let's say, making a payment. So we'll call it make payment. That's the name of the intent. Or let's call it making payment. Okay. Then in the description here, we'll enlist the good friend ChatGPT to be able to do that. So for that, we'll have a prompt. So let's go to Copilot, Microsoft Copilot, because that's GPT-4 being used. So it's more powerful than using the free ChatGPT everyone uses. That's GPT 3.5 Turbo. So let's go to Copilot and I'll paste in a prompt. But first, to come up with the actual description, we'll need to come up with some utterances, okay? Then the utterances will guide ChatGPT in coming up with the actual intent description. So coming up with the utterances will still use ChatGPT. So I'll paste in a prompt in Copilot. So here's the prompt. I want you to make two groups of utterances a user might make when asking questions about the following two topics. Provide 10 utterances per group. So we'll have both of them there. I want to make a payment for my order and I want to track my order. So enter. Let's see what Copilot comes up with. Okay, so you can go through them and verify. How can I pay for my order? What payment methods do you accept? Is there a way to pay online? Can I use PayPal to complete my purchase? Where do I enter my credit card information? Do you offer any discounts for specific? I think these are okay. They're able to capture the intent, which is making payment. So what we'll do is just copy this. Then we want just to bulk import those utterances. So bulk import, paste it in there. Then import all those utterances. Then after that, now it's actually coming up with the description, which will also enlist Copilot to do that. So I have a prompt in place. Let's go back to Copilot and I'll paste in the prompt. So this prompt actually got it from the Voiceflow page. So if you check out the Voiceflow documentation, they have it up there. So if you see here, when you go to this page, docs.voiceflow.com/docs/intents, able to get it here when you scroll down. So they provide it here. Okay, so what you want to do is just let me alter it a bit. So enter the intent name, which is to making payments. Then you paste in the utterances that we've gotten up here. So then paste in there. Okay, with that being said, so the intention here is the user is looking to make the payment. So if you even leave this part out, the LLMs, ChatGPT is good enough to come up with a description without this part, so you don't need to include this, but it just helps in just guiding it in terms of the direction to take. So put it there, then click enter. Okay, trigger this intent when a user inquires about payment options, methods, discounts, or issues related to completing their order. Please provide relevant information about available payment methods, any applicable discounts and steps. I think this is okay. So just copy it, go back to Voiceflow, then paste it in there. Okay, then I want to, just a tip, just add the suffix please. Okay, so Voiceflow did a study to be able to check other things you can be able to add in the intent description to make it more accurate for the LLM to classify the intents. They found out just saying the word please at the end of it helps in boosting the accuracy. So add please there. Then we have everything there. I think that's okay. Then click create intent. Okay, so that's done. So let's do for the next one, which is tracking the order. So new intent, the name is tracking order. Then the in the utterances, so we'll just go back to Copilot, and Copilot had enlisted some good utterances. How do I track my order? Where can I find my order tracking number? Is there a mobile app for order tracking? What courier services do you use for deliveries? I think this is okay, we can work with that. So for this tutorial, I'll just quickly take whatever Copilot offers, but in actual sense, I'd have come and edited in to tweak it a bit to suit my situation. But in this case, we just work with what is there. Then bulk import, then import. Okay. Then in the description, we do the same thing as we did initially. So whatever we asked here, so I'll just copy all this. Then I paste it in here, then just alter it. So whatever the intent name was, tracking order, and the utterances, we get them from Copilot up here. Copy that, then paste them there. Okay, so tracking order, and in this case, the user is looking to track their order. That's okay. Then click enter. Let's see what it comes up with. Trigger this intent when a user inquires about tracking the order. Please provide relevant information about finding that tracking number, using a mobile app for tracking, courier services, troubleshooting tracking status issues, real-time updates, tracking link problems. I think we can work with this. The point is, as long as the LLM can classify that the intent is to track their order, then we'll figure out the flow from there. Okay, so that's it. But you can also go ahead and tweak it more to suit your situation. In this tutorial, I'll just go with what Copilot offers, then create intent. With that being said, you can see confidence is 100 out of 100. That's good. Then we can go try it out. So go back to your workflow. Then in the choice step over here, you want to check and add the intents. So making payment, another choice, which is tracking order. Then we want to add another one, and no match when the response wasn't classified into the buckets that we have for the intents. So add a path for that. So then if you want to make a payment, let's just print out the text message. Then we want just to lead it back to the actual intent classifier. So when they send another response, that response can also be classified. So what's your order number? Then you can have a capture step to capture the response and quickly just print it out to them. So it's basic stuff. So your order number is last utterance, so that's okay. So whatever they sent, their last message, which is the order number, will be printed out. Then in a no match step, in this case, you just enlist AI to give back a response. So response AI. If you have a knowledge base, that's data on the business, you can put it in here. So whatever question is sent, the AI will use information in the knowledge base to give back a response. But in this case, we don't have a knowledge base, so we'll just keep it at that. Then yeah, we'll just send it back, the flow back to the intent classifier. And same case here also. The order number is that, send them back there. So now let's run the step. Just press S, then click start, and you'll notice here it's saying red. So what you want to do is train the agent. This happens because you've created new intents and you want to train the AI on those intents. So train agent. See, fully trained, 100%. You can exit and start the flow again. Also, one thing I forgot to mention is once you've created your intents, you want to ensure, come back here to the intents. Here in settings, ensure that initially it's normally by default here enlisted as the NLU is what will be used to classify the intents. But in this case, you don't want it to be NLU, you want it to be LLM. Then you pick the LLM you want. For now, we'll just work with 3.5 turbo, okay? But definitely going with more powerful models give you better accuracy. So go back to the workflow, S, then press start. Greetings, how can I assist you today? Where's my order? What's your order number? So you see, it's been able to classify my response that I want to track my order. You see here, the NLU got 91% saying that it's tracking order, and in the LLM got it as tracking order too, so that's good. But there are other cases you'll find where the NLU got, like, let's say 2% saying tracking order, but the LLM actually got it right and classified it as tracking order. So in any case, the LLM will always overshadow the NLU, but the NLU is still there in place as a fallback. So when the LLM intent classification doesn't work, it falls back to the NLU. So that's a good thing. So what's your order number? Okay, so let me say 103, 1032, whatever. Your order number is 1032. So let's say I want to make my payment, okay? Want to pay. You want to make a payment. So you see, the LLM good enough at getting the intent in that situation. The NLU got it at 55%, but the LLM didn't get it and got it correct. So let's say for tracking the order, just to give you an example, let me say something like my order has taken long. My order has taken long, just that. Let's see. The NLU is also able to get it. I'm trying to find a situation where the NLU gets it wrong, then the LLM gets it right. So let's try, where have my goods reached? You see, in this case, the NLU got 79% none and only 19% saying it's for tracking the order. But for the LLM, it was able to get it fully correct and saying it's tracking the order. Okay, so in any case, that's working, and that's how you're able to handle your LLM intent classification. But one thing to note here is, you see here, in this case, the chatbot asked me your order. What's your order number? You see, what's your order number? And here I was meant to put in my order number. So let's just quickly handle that. I want to show you something. So let's run the test. Where's my order? So what's your order number? So 1032. Okay. Notice something here when I click enter. In this case, I'm just offering it the order number that is just asked me, but the LLM intent is still listening, and you can notice here it consumes some AI tokens. So you can notice that, so for every captcha block that you have, it means that the LLM intent will always be consuming tokens, even if it classified the intent as none. So there was no reason of the LLM intent to be listening, because now that's extra costs for nothing. So this is something Voiceflow needs to work on, and if they work on it, everything will be okay, because the actual LLM intents work very well compared to NLU, based on how my experiments that I've run and my experience with NLU intent classification. So they need to work on that, otherwise people will be forced to pay huge amounts for nothing, okay? Because in this step we didn't need to listen for an intent, okay? Also, another thing is, initially before the LLM intent classification, we would normally, to classify some intents, we'd use the set AI step. Then tell the set AI something like your work is to classify the following user response and be able to determine whether they're asking to track their order or make a payment. If they want to make an order, set this variable. So we would create a variable here and give it a value of track order. And the other one would say something like, if you realize the intent is making a payment, the same variable, save it as make payment. Then next would have an if statement to check is that variable track order or make payment. Then in that case, take them through various flow. So you can see how clunky that is, but now the LLM intent classification comes to save that much time wasted there. And yeah, this is much more efficient. Just that Voiceflow needs to work on this huge cost that would arise because of listening to the intents in every captcha block. Anyways, till next time, stay survey. Peace.